can grow up well, without a mom, despite of course it had its challenges, yes, but knowing that it's possible also made me think it's also possible to change my life. I can use this to even go a notch higher, and not only maybe be intentional about how I want my kids to grow, but also be intentional about how I want them to live, how I want them, the kind of school I want them to go, the kind of some of us, if I normally say, that if you compare someone who maybe went to, we normally call them group of schools, if you compare someone like that to someone maybe who went to, I don't know, a funny school somewhere. If you compare, their English is very different. And what if they get to an age, let's say 20, and they're both given an opportunity, and let's say how they present themselves is a criteria to them getting this opportunity. This kid will have an upper hand, in getting there, because this other kid had not prepared. This other kid needs maybe 1 year of reading books, of doing research, how to present yourself, what is it that corporates want, when it comes to behavior, how do you carry yourself in an organization, things like that. So I was able to be exposed early, that's what I can say, and I was also able to invest, the money ahead in getting, in also investing in land. I was able to, with the help of my dad, identify a location, because he really saw the need that I had to invest in land, and he said, no, I have to make sure this happens, So we identified the location where we bought land very young, as young as 15, and we said, even if we won't use it, we'll wait for it to appreciate. Also, one of the things I did, and also the intentionality to know about money, how to spend money, is I did financial investment and CIFA. It's called Certified Investment and Financial Analyst. So I was able to do that hand in hand. I'm not yet through. I was able to do it hand in hand with, and it goes kind of with CPA, because you're able to learn how to account, how to use money. In that way, you're able to expand your wealth. To expand your thinking on how to use money, so that when you get. So that, I'd also like to become a mentor myself, so that if someone comes to me and tells me, but I have this amount of money, what kind of way do you think I can expand it the most? What will you think? Because you also have to intentionally grow your wealth. You have to intentionally also set apart money to make yourself happy. It's very important. You don't just work so that you say, there's this very strict rule. Some people, it's a balance that one has to have. You don't just budget, but even if you budget, make sure you're budgeting for it to grow. You're not budgeting for it to stay there. I'm budgeting for it, kujikazia and all that. So also, apart from that, I was able to identify an opportunity with Optimal Limited, where I was able to, I have very, very supportive team leaders who I work with. I can mention her in absentia, Faith Esther. She's also one of my mentors, and also has that kind of thinking, about identifying an opportunity, how to grow as young as you are. We are also able to, we are put in a mentorship program. The staff in our company are put in a mentorship program with our CEO, because our CEO has won very many awards just because of that entrepreneurial spirit, and that is something that he places in us, so that when we are going to the customers out there, we know what we're talking about. We're not just doing it because you've been told, in such a way that 10 years from now you'll be a very different person. You'll not only have grown your wealth, you'll be able to know that you're able to even if given little money, as little as 100,000 shillings, you know, you're able to know what to do with it, you know. And I normally say the sky is the fueling station, you know. You don't just aim at the sky, you know. Beyond the sky there are galaxies, you know. The kind of limit you set for yourself is the kind of limit that you'll grow to, you know. And as young as I am, I normally have at least a 50-year plan where I say by this age I should have achieved this and this and this. And in that way, like I said, it's very important to prepare yourself so that when the opportunity presents yourself, you're ready. Because if maybe I saw an opportunity with Optiven Limited, I'm so sure there are people who have been given opportunities there and they've seen it as you know, another opportunity will present itself. And sometimes opportunities in life don't just come, it's not as obvious. But when you get an opportunity, you know, think through, you know, be able to recognize the difference in value in the opportunities you're given.
All right, I love the wisdom. I love the wisdom here, and I love the fact that you've said that it's not all about admiring or, you know, looking at those end results, but you should be intentional with the little details. Because most of the time you find us admiring, you know, people who have big houses, big cars, but you don't want to look at the process, the rejection, all the pains, the challenges they went through, and that is what is key for you to succeed in this. All right, so time has really moved. But there's some people who have asked some few questions. I'm going to combine them. Maybe you can answer just in 1 minute.
Okay.
The woman has great encouragement. That is Kawera Rose saying this. This is a very meaningful discussion. Thank you for this topic. Thank you so much, Kawera. C. Joseph King. And I said, good morning, Ali Salimia Mogedi Wetu. My question to her is, what's included in their services when it comes to real estate? I bet somehow she explained that, but she's going to talk about that just in a few. I can also see how much does it cost to build a 3-bedroom house in Kenya, just in a nutshell.
So maybe I can answer the last question. What we do with Optiven Limited, we not only sell land, but we can also do construction for you. We provide very, very ideal house designs, because if you also look at most of our projects, because of also the trust that we've been able to get from our clients, most of our clients, some of our clients are also from diaspora. Diaspora meaning they live outside the country, but they're Kenyans, yes, but they maybe work outside the country. So they trust us to select the land for them. They trust us to build the house for them. And so some of the designs they also get to share with us are, you know, designs from outside, where they are very, very ideal designs. And that's why we normally say our properties are very sure to appreciate in value, because even if you won't really build there, just looking at the community around it, you'll be able to sell it to someone who maybe a millionaire, a billionaire, who looks at the environment and doesn't feel threatened, who looks at the environment and says, okay, there's a lawyer here, there's a doctor here, you know, this is the kind of environment I'd like my child to go to, you know. So a 3-bedroom house, I think it depends with the design. It depends with the of course the construction company you're using, but it depends, you know. There's someone who can build a 3-bedroom house, a bungalow 3-bedroom house with as little as 2 or 3 million, you know. It's all about you knowing, where do I get this and this from, you know, where do I buy this and this from, you know, what do I know. Just an example, do I know a cousin who is a civil engineer? Because a civil engineer will charge you consultation fee. A civil engineer, an architect will charge you to draw your house, you know. So it's good to identify what you need from the foundation to finish, and also identify, you know, also quality is very important, you know. So there are those who can build from as little as 3 million to even 15 million. It depends with the design. Again, it depends with the design. It depends with, you know, if you're building a 3 bedroom. Sorry, is it a bungalow? Is it a mansionette? You know, what kind of designs do you want it to have? What kind of wall? What kind of paint are you using? The paint in Kenya is somehow very expensive.
Yeah.
Someone was telling me he finished constructing an apartment, and he was very shocked at the quotation he was given for painting the whole property, you know. Yeah, so it also comes down to the kind of company that is working for you.
Okay.
To answer the one who had asked about the kind of solutions we give, so we sell investments, you know. We don't just sell land, we sell investments.
Wow.
And in this investment, you can either build to settle. You can also build, because we not only sell land for residential purposes but also for commercial purposes. So you can build a commercial house and sell it, you know. You can also build, let it stay there and appreciate. You can build, like this particular land I'm talking about in Nanyuki, you can do a holiday home, you can do a restaurant, you can do a school, you can do so many things when it comes to real estate. And the good thing about real estate is it has a variety of choices, you know, where you can choose from. So that is what we do with Optive Unlimited. We also ensure that it's a ready to build land, and what is also necessary for you to build is things like the title deed, you know. Do you have water? We have water on site. We charge only 15,000 for connection, which is also more or less the same with what the water company